Right into it. We got a couple of topics to cover today. We have Caitlin Clark making her USA Senior Camp debut. Caitlin Clark basketball slowly yet surely is creeping up on us. Can't wait to see what she's got up her sleeve. And Indiana Fever's Kelsey, money Mitch, put them in a ditch. Signing to Project B. That's right. Project B continues to poach players, not necessarily from the WNBA, but taking top talent from the
Okay, Kelsey Mitchell has just revealed an utter bombshell. She's signed with this new entity, Project B, and it's thrown the Indiana Fever off guard. I mean, this isn't just another player switching teams. This is a big thing, a seismic shift. It ripped the heart out of a team that had already suffered severe injuries to key players. Think about Caitlin Clark. She's about to make a big debut at a senior camp in the United States, and she must be furious. She's watching the one player who was holding it together walk away. The timing is simply bad. This will unsettle the entire Fever organization, and players like Sophie Cunningham will suffer greatly as a result. She was banking on that stability as she worked to recuperate. The future of the Fever suddenly becomes huge and extremely scary.
Yet surely is creeping up on us. Can't wait to see what she's got up her sleeve. And Indiana Fever's Kelsey, money Mitch, put them in a ditch. Signing to Project B. That's right. Project B continues to poach players, not necessarily from the WNBA, but taking top talent from the unrivaled player pool. Unrivaled continues to unravel. Let's get right into it. Please like the video, comment, and subscribe. That would...
Listen, Mitchell's shift to Project B sends a very clear message. It's all about the financial might of this new global league. We're talking seven-figure incomes here. They start at about $2 million. That's insanely expensive. In addition, they will receive stock holdings in the company. This has never happened before in women's basketball. It completely rewrites the rules. They entice great talent away by offering them generational wealth. It's a significant departure from usual WNBA contracts, and it's putting a lot of pressure on the league to adjust or risk losing its biggest stars. Mitchell's signing is only the tip of the iceberg. It demonstrates how determined Project B's plan is to take over.
Rivaled player pool, unrivaled, continues to unravel. Let's get right into it. Please like the video, comment, and subscribe. That would mean so much to me. Caitlin Clark, Paige Bueckers to make USA Senior Camp debuts. Caitlin Clark, Paige Bueckers, Angel Reese, and Juju Watkins will be among the 10 players making their USA Basketball Senior National Team Camp debuts next month, when the storied basketball program hosts a training camp at Duke University from December 12th to December 14th. Why is it at Duke University? Well, the head coach...
But here's the deal. This move by the Indiana Fever couldn't have come at a worse time. I mean, the team was already having a terrible season. They were simply afflicted with injuries to so many of their key players. Do you know who was out? Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham. They were both watching from the sidelines while Mitchell was at her peak performance. She became the one force holding everything together. Despite the pandemonium, she single-handedly kept the team competitive and afloat. Her statistics were outstanding, averaging 22 points per game and topping the league with 111 three-pointers. Those metrics were about the only positive thing that happened. So a departure now is a catastrophic blow to a squad built around stars returning from injuries.
What I see, what people tell me, is this really the coach for the job? Did she really earn this job? Oh, snap. Let me know your thoughts about that. The 18 participants also include former Olympians and World Cup gold medalists Chelsea Gray, Brittany Griner, Kelsey Plum, Jackie Young, and Kalia Copper, plus 3v3 Olympian De'Erica Hamby. Brianna Jones, a member of the 2022 World Cup team, was also named to the training camp squad, while 2023 #1 WNBA draft pick Aaliyah Ball.
So, Caitlin Clark is in an untenable situation right now. On the one hand, she is preparing for her first camp with the United States senior national team. That's a major stride in her career, a really historic occasion, but at the same time, she must watch her WNBA team absolutely implode from within. The player that stood up and carried the fever while Clark was hurt is no longer with us. She is departing for a whole different league. This is more than just a roster change. It presents a significant challenge to her leadership and the team's direction. That fury she must feel isn't just about losing a teammate. It's about shaking up the foundation of a professional career before it ever begins.
If we put Lauren Betts on this, if Juju Watkins is on this, why can't Hannah Hidalgo be on here? That's my question. Being a Jersey kid, what's wrong with my Jersey girl, Hannah Hidalgo? You could take Chelsea Gray's crippled, hobbly self, you can leave her off the team, and you could put Hannah Hidalgo on that team. Come on. Clark, Beckers, Watkins, Brink, Betts, Boston, and Ciccone have previously won gold medals with USA Basketball in junior competitions, and Betts, Boston, Reese, Burton, and Jackson were part of the Team USA at the FIBA Women's America Cup. Iriafin.
The official Project B announcement. People raised their eyebrow for more reasons than just money. It was how all of the newly signed players made remarkably similar statements. Take Mitchell's quotation. She stated, "Project B is the next evolution of women's basketball, and it's an honor to be a part of this global movement." It sounded quite familiar, almost robotic. People were openly speculating if these were really Puritan scripts handed out by the league. It does not sound like the players are genuinely excited. It implies that the story is really carefully managed. Maybe they are hiding what's actually motivating them, or maybe it's all part of a deliberate plot to go after the current leagues.
Watkins, the USC star and National Player of the Year last season, will not participate on the court as she continues to recover from her March ACL tear, but will have the opportunity to learn about and integrate into the women's national team program while at the camp. Again, Juju's not even going to be playing, and we can't put Hannah Hidalgo there. What Hannah Hidalgo do? The training camp will serve as an evaluation opportunity as newly minted USA Women's National Team Managing Director Sue Bird is tasked with naming a team for the 2026 FIBA World Cup in September 2026, where the USA will go for its 5th straight World Cup.
And the planned announcement merely adds to the stress. What this means is that guys like Mitchell are simply pursuing a meticulously designed public relations strategy, a scheme that may minimize the upheaval they are generating for their former WNBA clubs. Now put yourself in Caitlin Clark's shoes. She is already suffering with her injury, and now she has lost a valuable teammate. Seeing this artificial, false enthusiasm must feel dishonest, if not offensive. It certainly does not contribute to the development of goodwill or understanding right now, especially given the chaotic state of women's basketball. The perception of control is really important.
On this team, there's no Sabrina Ionescu on this team. It's going to be the young guns. It's going to be the young troops going to battle come 2026 to try to bring home that 5th straight World Cup gold medal. Bring it home, ladies. Bring it home. We got Kelsey Mitchell signing to Project B. Kelsey Mitchell's 2025 campaign with the Indiana Fever was one of the first of her career and one of the most impressive seasons by any guard in the league. Oh, it was one of the finest of her career. I'm like, one of the first of her career. Yeah, sorry about that.
Look, Project B's aggressive measures are not simply harming the WNBA. There is another rival league, Unrivaled, which is already under a lot of pressure. It appears that it is disintegrating right in front of us. According to reports, Unrivaled has already lost some major talent. We're talking about players like El Sharon and Camila Cardoso, who appear to have chosen the temptation of Project B's 7-figure contracts instead. This whole trend appears to be a premeditated raid on all the existing talent pools. It directly challenges the entire ecosystem of professional women's basketball. It really demonstrates that Project B is a tremendous force to be reckoned with, and it is simply leaving a trail of devastation wherever it goes.
Project B has generated substantial attention for its financial structure, reportedly offering seven-figure salaries starting around $2 million, along with equity stakes, an unprecedented model in the women's game. In announcing her move, Mitchell said, quote, "Project B represents the next evolution of women's basketball. I'm honored to be a part of this global movement and excited to compete on a stage built for the future of the game." Shout out to Kelsey Mitchell. Go make that bread over there at Project B. I will say one thing about her statement. Does Project B hand people that statement? Because I feel like everybody has made that same statement about the evolution and the rise and this, that.
So the sheer scope of Project B's aim is simply remarkable. We're talking about a November 2026 launch. 6 teams of 11 players compete in key markets around Europe, Asia, and Latin America. This is a truly global tournament-style circuit designed to be both a global spectacle and a direct competitor to existing leagues. It is not simply about providing more money. It is about establishing a completely new platform, a very new perspective for the future of the game. That kind of daring expansion is undoubtedly causing anxiety for teams like the Fever and players like Clark and Cunningham. The WNBA's answer is still unknown, but the pressure is rising rapidly. With Project B proposing salaries that eclipse WNBA contracts, the league is facing an existential problem. Can they compete financially, or will their best players, such as Kelsey Mitchell, defect to the new global stage? This is not only about player retention. It is about the WNBA's long-term economic viability and relevance. Clark's displeasure is likely to extend to that perceived vulnerability. Let's not forget about Kelsey Mitchell's memorable 2025 season with the Fever. It was one of the most spectacular seasons for a guard in the league. With Clark and Cunningham out due to injuries, Mitchell emerged as a clear linchpin, leading the WNBA in made threes with 111 and ending second in overall points. She was an MVP finalist, therefore her departure was even more devastating. Her postseason heroics highlight the gravity of this loss. Mitchell had a spectacular 34-point game in the Fever's breathtaking Game 1 semifinal win over the Aces, hitting an unbelievable, it was undoubtedly one of her career's best offensive displays, demonstrating her clutch factor. Losing a player of such level leaves an irreplaceable hole in the Fever's lineup, adding to Clark's sorrow. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's USA senior camp debut features an exceptional assortment of youthful talent, demonstrating a clear commitment to youth. Along with Clark, Paige Beckers, Angel Reese, Guji Watkins, and Cameron Brink make their debuts. This group has already won gold medals in junior events, indicating a strong new generation. But the contrast is glaring. Clark is coming onto the national stage with a bright future, while her professional team's future has become quite questionable. The emphasis on youth for Team USA reflects a deliberate shift toward preparing for the 2026 FIA World Cup. With legends like A.A. Wilson and Sabrina absent from this camp, it's up to the young guns to score the 5th goal in a row. This national aspiration contrasts sharply with the volatility at home. Clark's focus is now divided between national glory and rising discomfort within her WNBA organization, a quandary that will likely exacerbate her dissatisfaction. The camp's location at Duke under coach Kara Lawson raised questions about whether she had earned her national team spot, which may echo Clark's dissatisfaction with a larger environment of questionable leadership selections. The debate around Hannah Hidalgo's omission from a USA camp reveals underlying biases, with some arguing for her inclusion over a hobbled Chelsea Gray, exposing alleged favoritism that mirrors a broader dissatisfaction among the basketball community. That kind of injustice may easily add to Clark's overall dissatisfaction with the system. The Project B phenomena is about more than just pay. It represents a direct challenge to the WNBA's entire player recruitment model. If a global league can provide much more salary and equity, the game alters completely, compelling the WNBA to rethink its wage system. Without quick action, other talents like Mitchell may follow, putting teams like the Fever in jeopardy. Mitchell's departure leaves Sophie Cunningham, who was injured with Clark, feeling profoundly abandoned. Mitchell was a stabilizing influence that kept the squad competitive while Cunningham healed, and that stability is now gone. This relocation wasn't solely for Mitchell's benefit. It was about the immediate seismic gap left for her former comrades. The future of women's basketball is currently at a crossroads. Project B is requiring a rethinking of everything. It promises the next step while also introducing unparalleled competition. The decisions made in the following months will determine whether this is a golden age or a turbulent period of upheaval. The question now is, how will the Wnba respond? Can they match Project B's financial incentives or capitalize on their past success and fan base? This is a war for the essence of professional women's basketball. This conflict has had a significant impact on Caitlin Clark's early career. Kelsey Mitchell's move isn't just a transaction. It's a watershed moment, revealing the fundamental divisions in women's basketball. The departure of great talent has left guys like Clark dealing with a broken squad and an uncertain future. This upheaval, which affects even injured colleagues such as Sophie Cunningham, requires prompt attention. Fury is not a passing emotion. It is a direct result of a fast-changing scene in which allegiance is tested by global ambition and revolutionary wealth. The game will never be